Well, today we can start to call all of the people around the world for this upcoming great awakening, the awakener that's traveling through the universe. But before we are going to go there, we're going to have to take a look at other important occasions, situations, visits, whatever one would want to think of, that are taking place. Now, of course, we are wanting everyone to be in the highest state of kindness and compassion, but we also want everyone to be in the highest state of awareness. Now, we're not looking for people that are not or who are so perfect and conditions that are developing. The first thing I find disgusting, and it is in my prophecies, and that's why it's disgusting to me, that it came to the foreground, that in Great Britain they are playing around with the DNA to a point that it is indeed, it is disturbing. Because then we go also back to the time of World War II, where Bayer and all the others and the German race, maybe propelled also by others, were being propelled to create a super race. So Great Britain, I have to tell your scientists, they do not have much respect for what you're doing. If it was in the sake of creating a healthier or way of creating greater possibilities of healing for those who are ill, I would agree. But to create and play around with this and go back to this playing of the so-called super race, I just cannot, I cannot condone it. So that's number one on my list today of thoughts. Number two on my list, and you who have for many, many years have listened to me, and of course all of you, thank you for your wonderful letters and your wonderful notes and messages. I'm going to also go to another stage, because many of you know my prophecies, and if you don't, maybe you should run and go and find out. But the other thing is of great interest, because we just spoke about the so-called super race and creating a super race. Well, there we have the Pope of Vatican. You know, shall we call this man, well, you can't call on your father because you're not from his DNA, and you can't call him the world's good doer because he hasn't done anything that's really good for humanity. And then we have Obama and his lovely wife Michelle, who went to visit the Pope, and the Pope is not happy, is absolutely disturbed about the thought of abortion. What did he think they were doing during World War II? What did he think that he was a participant of? What did he think when he says this to two people who have the best of interest at heart for those who are ill, people with lupus, people with horrendous conditions out there? What did he think when he said that? But what is he also reasoning when he says he is not for abortions? Where did those 64,000 little tiny baby skeletons come from in the Pope's pool? In his, where did they come from? Who were they? But these were developed and baby skeletons that had been given birth to. What did this man think when he speaks like this? When he did fly his bomber over Europe? What did this Pope think of, most of all, when he was transporting the so-called paint cans full of teeth, gold teeth, from the people who had been murdered in Auschwitz and Dachau and Buchenwald? What did he think when he was transporting this dressed up like he was a painter so he wouldn't be detected? Where do I get this from? Well, I am the survivor of World War II. I am the survivor of World War II who had so many precious survivors, other survivors, come to me where we got together and where we discussed the things we had experienced and the things we had seen. So when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, don't you dare, wherever you are, to look down on Obama and Michelle, because stem cell research, as it is in its moccasins, could be a great gift to humanity. Why isn't this Pope helping his followers in African lands that are starving, that are dying? Why isn't he an active individual of truly bringing kindness and compassion and showing the world what spirituality means? I have been attacked, and I'm being attacked constantly, because there is this misconception that I am wealthy, that I live in this very great, big, humongous, posh house. What a joke. If I was that wealthy, I know a lot of wonderful people I could help. But I have news for you. Not such a thing. This is a small house, small cottage. So you're out to lunch when you say, I'm very wealthy and I better that, and all these followers who take care. We reason with our followers to take care of one another and to also take care of those that are hungry and suffering. And of course my love goes out to all the women and all the men in Iran. And they would not be suffering like they are suffering today if Vatican hadn't done its dance in history, if they had not burned down the Library of Alexandria and stole the ancient evidence of Zarathustra. We would not have this religious mess upon the planet. We also would not have to say to the Muslim people, know where you came from, know what you are a break off of. So I'm just saying to this Pope, with his gilded clothes and his cashmere and silk, and every time a new gold cross around the neck, maybe some of that money should be spent on the littlest and the smallest and the sweetest people around the world. And for all of you who are sitting there, seething, ready to attack me, go and watch on the internet Sister Charlotte. I think it may get you thinking. And maybe some other time there might be other things that make you think. Maybe, just maybe, there are some great researchers and writers out in the world. Maybe all of you should get yourself Nexus Magazine. It also awakens you.